Morning, everybody. Today is June 5th, Wednesday morning, and it's kind of late in the season to be doing this, but I'm actually going to de-winterize holly today. So I thought I'd bring you along, just let you see what we do with it. But we have her ready to go. She's sitting right over here. Let me put her over my shoulder so you can see her. And the reason that we're so late is that Holly spent some time down at the service bay. I took her down and had people go through it at Myers RV in Caledonia. They done a complete oil change, generator service, checked all hoses and belts, and just made sure that she's worthy of travel so that we don't have any issues. But the weather has been terrible here in the Northeast, and we have not been able to do any camping anyways. So I'm really not in a big all-fire hurry to get her out the driveway. It's something that's going to happen, but it's just not going to happen right away. We're looking at a couple little minor trips to shake her down some more, and then we'll head out on our big trip this fall. But I just thought you might want to see. One of the first things I did is I just put the plug in the water heater, which will show you. There's the outside of the water heater. This little door just drops down, and this little plug right here. Let me see, I'm holding this camera kind of funny, so I may not get it good for you, but right there, that little plug had to go in. And then I got a bypass on the inside that I will turn on after I put some chlorine through. So we're going to put some chlorine through the water system. We're going to fill her up. We'll let it sit 24 hours. Then we'll flush it out tomorrow, and then we'll refill with fresh water, and the water tank will be ready to go. The refrigerator is set. I've had that running for a while just to double check it, and it's doing well. It's down to 33, 34 degrees in the refrigerator, and down into about 15, 18 degrees for the freezer. So I'm going to shut that off today, and I won't need to have that running. But I just wanted you to see what's going on here. We'll get the hoses out, we'll get some water in there, we'll put the chlorine and water mixture in the tank, and we'll let her sit for 24 hours. Alright, what we're doing is we put the water with the filter from my house, run it over here, and into the gravity fill. What this will do is it'll put some fresh water in there, and then we'll go and add some chlorine after we get some water in that tank. So I'm probably going to run the pump just a little bit, put some water through the faucets too. So on to the next step. Okay, this is a new day, as you can tell. Yesterday, when I opened up the compartment and went to put my plumbing back together from the winter season, I found a leak. So that meant I had to scrub everything until I got it fixed. So we're okay now, we're ready to go. So what I've done is I filled the water tank approximately 2/3 full with good fresh water right now, and I'm adding a chlorine solution, which is a 1/4 cup of chlorine to 1 gallon of water. I need to put in approximately 4.5 gallons of that solution. So we're going to do it now. See if I can do it without slopping it on me. But we use a funnel and the gravity fill. Yep, got me. of caution. Don't wear a decent shirt when you're doing it. I just wasted this one. So two down. Three down. Four down. And now I finished filling the tank, and then we're going to run some water through all the faucets in the coach. All right, let's check the water level and see where we are. And guess what? I found another problem I need to fix. I got a short and a switch. But it's telling me that the water's full, so we're good. So we're going to turn on the water pump, and we're going to let that run. And we're going to take and put some water through each system. So remove this. I want to tell you, always remember to take these sink covers off. I didn't do that one year when I first ran the water. And I actually had quite a mess. So, and we're going to run it on hot. And you can see the antifreeze, the pink stuff running out of there. And I'll run it on the coal. And of course that stuff's going right into the holding tank, right into the gray tank. So that's not an issue. Alright. And a little drinking water fountain here. I can smell chlorine, which is a good thing. That's what you're supposed to smell. And I've had the refrigerator going So everything should be ice cold, and it is. And what we have to do, pardon my bad video work, is the ice maker up there is now turned on, which is going to push the pink stuff out of that. And I'm gonna have to leave this on until I get clear ice cubes up there. Because quite frankly, Patty and I like our frozen margaritas when we're on the road. Let's go to the bathroom. All right. Open up the shower. And let's see. I'm gonna lay this down a little bit so that it's not, yeah. You see what I did? That darn thing is wanting to point right at me. Okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna leave it up here like that. So, you can see the pink that was hitting the shower wall from that. So this right here is the hot water side. And I am smelling chlorine, so that's a good thing. And the cold water side should be blowing some pink. And I'm starting to get worried because it's not as pink as I thought it should be. So we'll see. But I do smell chlorine, so we're clear. All right. I'm going to try to give you some more light here. So, pay no attention to the guy in the mirror. The hot water side. See how nice and pink that is. This is something that I normally do towards the end of April, living up here in western New York. And now we're going to run it over to the other side, get the cold. And I hope there's no more water leaks. All right. And don't forget to do the toilet. And spray on. And you can see good pink. And that's all going down nicely. So let's add the spray. And that's it. Okay, so that's how easy it is. Now what I have to do is just let this sit for about 4 or 5 hours, drain the system completely dry on the outside, and then close both the valves, the low water and the tank valve for fresh water, and then let that drain out completely, close the valves off, and then fill it with fresh water, and we're ready to go. So it's not very difficult, as long as you don't have a leak to start. So now that I have this camera in hand, let's go out and let me show you what I had to do, okay? Alright, when I winterized the coach last year, this valve right here to here, this was taken off here so I could put my winterization valve on there and suck the antifreeze in. So when I came out and attached it again, it actually, the fitting was cracked. And let's see, I'll pull that fitting out so you can see it. This right up in here was cracked, and let me put it here. There we go. And it was actually leaking like a sieve. So these little compression fittings there they're a bear. You have to have the right tool to put them on. And I went to a slightly different fitting, as you can see up here, and it's a different type, and both types take a special tool. Well, I tried doing it using a water hose clamp, and I want to tell you, let me see here. There's the water hose clamp, 1/2 inch. Did not want to work. Did not at all. So I wasted a good portion of my time yesterday. So I did not want to buy the specialty tool and the specialty parts. And I fought with myself because I didn't want to spend the 60 to 80 bucks. So this morning I got smart and I went to Lowe's and I purchased the crimper and the cutter and a bunch of these little fittings, the crimping tools. So if I have another issue with plumbing, which I'm probably going to have, I do have the tools now to fix it. When you own a motorhome, there's always going to be something to do. So the whole deal is you have to make a commitment to do it and do it right. Yesterday I tried to cobble it up. It caused me more grief. It caused me a lot of time. This thing would be ready to roll down the road today had I done it the right way. But you got to live and learn. You know, I really should have just bought the tool yesterday. But as you get older, you get a little tighter with a dollar. And I thought I could do it. I couldn't. So do yourself a favor. If you have a plumbing issue with your RV, it doesn't matter whether it's a motorhome, a fifth wheel, camping trailer, or what it is. If you have a plumbing issue, buy the darn tool right off the bat. That'll do it for you. So keep it in your RV. Mine is dedicated plumbing repair kit, which is in the water compartment over on the other side of the coach. So just do yourself a favor, spend the money, and stop with the extra grief that you're going to get. If you have any questions, by all means, please ask them in the comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and it wouldn't hurt to subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more motorhome videos as we prepare for this trip coming up in November. There's one of my neighbors out there saying hi. So, but we're going to make a little test run, I think. I haven't even run this by Patty yet, but I think what I want to do is pull out of here on a Friday after she gets home from work with no fixed destination in mind. I just want to drive. Maybe stop at Camp Walmart someplace, spend Friday night, drive into someplace on Saturday. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe Cooperstown would be a good idea because it's not really that far away. It's about a total of about 3.5 hour drive, 3 hour drive. So we could drive down the New York State Thruway down as far as Herkimer, which would put us in there about 8 o'clock, 8:30. Stay at Camp Walmart, and then from there we could the next morning drive into Cooperstown, maybe take in the Baseball Hall of Fame, possibly stay in a campground down in that area if there's any opening, and if not, we'll just start driving and headed back towards Rochester and find a campground for the night, or who knows, maybe we'll find a little piece of state land and just camp there. But that's kind of what I have in mind. We'll run it by her later on and see what happens. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see y'all later, because this is how we roll.